In 2009, during the consultation process of a new strategic plan for Devonport, it was clear the community wanted change. They spoke of the need for economic growth and prosperity, for a redeveloped city playing a strong role in the region and capitalising on its untapped potential. By 2012, a broad vision began to emerge. It was clear that Devonport's future role in the region should be of a retail and service hub, with a particular focus on tourism services. During 2013, Council began conversation with the community regarding what had been known as Living City, reviving the heart, changing the region. Strong support was evident for the key principles, and this information led to the development of the Living City Master Plan. Launched in late 2014, with strong government, community and business support, the Master Plan brought together 4 years of planning, research and consultation to create a blueprint for the city's future. It was a 10-year vision to create a new Devonport, a bold new future, valuing all that was good about the city, yet recognising there was potential for the city to aim higher. Lyons Architects headed up the design process, creating a contemporary structure which complements the adjacent heritage buildings and existing streetscape.
Well, when we started the project, the council was very clear that we needed to make the new buildings become part of the city, that it becomes a really thriving and vibrant part of the way that the city works, and that it complements what's here now. I mean, one way of making it feel like it's part of the city is to make it feel very open, connected. People can see into it, access it easily, and obviously use it.
Following an open tender process, local construction company Fairbrother commenced site works in June 2016, less than 2 years following adoption of the master plan. With a workforce exceeding 250 at peak times, it was a landmark project in its hometown for this leading Tasmanian company.
Yeah, the build was successful, and it definitely has been a challenge right from the start, like going through the demolishing, doing the heritage demolition, making sure everything was salvaged, right through to building up to 24 metres high. Like it is challenging. This was an important build for Fairbrother because being Devonport based and starting out of Devonport, to get a project like this here, right in the centre of town, for the people of Devonport, it's just awesome to be able to build that and be the builders here.
Importantly, Living City Stage 1 was also a training ground for the region's next generation of tradespeople, with over 60 apprentices trained during a 2-year construction period. The experience gained will leave a legacy for decades to come.
Started here January 2017 and was on the one building through to December, and I'm still in the same area now. It's just good to be working in Devonport. So from day one of my apprenticeship, it was good to be part of such a large job in the middle of Devonport, really. Good to see the progression from start to finish kind of thing. The work environment's good. Like, it's good to work with such a big variety of people. You learn off new people all the time. Everyone's always real supportive, able to help you out all the time, whenever you need. There's always something you can go do for help.
Whilst community engagement with Living City had been strong during the planning phases, public interest went to a new level once actual construction began. There was a noticeable air of excitement as people realised the vision was becoming reality.
Look, I think already people are seeing the changes that are happening in our city. Certainly economic development's changed. Lots of shop fronts are now have tenants, and the confidence in our city's changed. And certainly that was the intent. It wasn't just about this building and the project, it was more about changing our city and moving forward. So as a council, we're really excited that that's what's happened, and we're really excited about what the future holds.
The first building to be finished was the 508-space multi-level CBD car park, opening in December 2017, providing safe, secure parking in the heart of the city. Providore Place was the next to come online, with the base building and market hall commencing weekly Sunday markets from Christmas 2017. As a hub for Tasmanian produce, Providore Place will soon commence as a 7-day-a-week attraction, a place locals can enjoy whilst being a magnet for tourists to the city.
Before we had this hub, it was impossible to come to Devonport and really understand what was in the northwest. Now we have a hub that brings in numerous operators, some lovely, great producers who've only got small amounts of product who can't sell it anywhere else, but now in Providore Place, which is part of Stage 1, they can do that, which is wonderful. We've already had over 120 different stall holders in here, many of them starting brand new businesses that would not exist except for this facility.
With a cluster of enticing eateries including former MasterChef contestant and celebrity chef Ben Milbourne's very own restaurant, the complex will also be home to a distillery, film studio and dedicated food training centre, all operating around a flexible event market space, unlike anything in the state. With a bias to supporting local startup food entrepreneurs, Providore Place will provide opportunity and growth for local producers. With successful new business and Providore Place tenant, Southern Wild Distillery themselves emerging as a startup from Living City, head distiller George Burgess is committed to using unique ingredients from local producers.
If it wasn't for the Living City Master Plan, we just simply wouldn't be here. We've been operating briefly now on Sunday markets and Friday evenings, and we're seeing such wonderful support from the locals. We've seen up to 50 markets in here supporting the location as well. The most exciting part about this project, we haven't even seen it yet. This will be the food innovation capital of Australia. We have the infrastructure here, we have the talent, we have such wonderful landscape and wonderful growers. It's going to happen and it's going to be exciting.
The final building within Stage 1 to be completed was the Paranapple Centre, which houses Service Tasmania, the library, online access centre and council offices, which were completed on time as planned for day one, just over 2 years since work commenced. Coming in under budget, the $71 million investment has given the city a new landmark building, but importantly, started the implementation of the Living City Master Plan. Paranapple's the Indigenous name for the section of Mersey River on which Devonport sits, and was considered an ideal name to recognise the connection with the area's first people. Opening on the 3rd of September 2018, the Paranapple Centre provides a community facility unlike anything seen within Tasmania. The ground floor incorporates a one-stop customer service centre, with Service Tasmania and Devonport City Council services being provided seamlessly through a joint service agreement. A contemporary library model has been embraced, adding interactive digital and community learning experiences to complement the traditional book services.
It's been really remarkable how quickly our customers have adapted to the new space and how at home people feel. In our first week of operation, we registered 99 new library members, which is just fantastic. I think we accounted for 25% of the state's new library registrations that week. I've been very excited by how the young people in Devonport are really connecting with this space. It's a pretty cool space to be in.
Devonport Online is a valued tenant on Level 1 of the Paranapple Centre, providing the community access to contemporary digital technology. The new office space provides a far more productive and efficient workspace in comparison to the previous council offices, being less than half the floor area of the previous building. Council no longer has a dedicated meeting space, but rather utilise one of the many multi-purpose meeting rooms. The building has 13 meeting and conference rooms, suitable for between 400 and 800 people, which are all available to the community for hire. With its extensive views and modern equipment and furnishings, the Paranapple Convention Centre on the top floor is without doubt the feature of the building.
The best way to serve the community is by getting as much of the community into it as possible. So we really need to cater for as many different events as we possibly can in as many different configurations as we can. So it has to be affordable on a smaller scale, but also be able to scale up to be able to cover any kind of thing we need to do.
So we can seat up to 800 people in a theatre style setting or 500 banquet style, and we can split into 3 sections, in which case we can run workshops in each section. We've got the highest resolution LED screen in the state. We've got an L-acoustic concert PA. We've got everything we need in here to put on any kind of event, and I can't think of any other venues in the north of the state that can actually meet our capacity. We also have a freight elevator which can hold up to 4 tonne of equipment or a car, so that we can hold trade shows and car shows.
Whilst Living City Stage 1 has been a major focus over recent years, significant progress has also been made on other aspects of the Living City Master Plan. Promoting arts and culture is a key objective, and in November 2018, the Devonport Regional Art Gallery will move into a new facility, doubling their previous exhibition space with A-grade quality temperature control, allowing the display of works not previously exhibitable in Devonport. The new building, incorporated into the existing town hall, will also incorporate the Visitors Information Centre and open into Market Square beside the Perinatal Centre. The completion of Stage 1 allows the start of the retail precinct, which will see Harris Scarfe relocated in early November to a refurbished store at 17 Fenton Way, which in return will free up their existing site for a waterfront hotel. Since the launch of the master plan, Council have been actively promoting business activity in Southern Rock Street through the purchase of a number of properties to develop a new car park and the development of a streetscape redevelopment. Important city infrastructure is created. During 2017, Council were able to facilitate the establishment of TasWater's Northwest headquarters in the precinct. Living City has given Devonport new confidence. Momentum is building with business development and commercial activity buoyant. Business leaders are claiming significant economic activity as a result of the Living City vision.
The minute they got that sort of final master plan consolidated and out to the communities for feedback, I think at that point, of course when it got approval, I think a lot of businesses got that first sense that after many, many iterations of the master plan, this one was actually going to get built. I've noticed that a lot of landlords have taken the opportunity to refurbish their buildings. A lot of companies have either refurbished their tenancies or moved to bigger premises, or they've stopped renting and they've bought a building knowing that's a sign that they think they're going to be there for a long time. That spend has just been going up.
It is obvious much has been achieved in the 4 years since the Living City Master Plan was developed, but what is arguably the most exciting stage is soon to commence. The waterfront precinct is the city's jewel in the crown. It will connect the city to the water with attractive public space.
In fact, the building tries to face as much as possible towards the river and to, kind of signal the idea of connecting the city to the river. And obviously with the next stage of the Living City project, we could really see that literally happening.
Community consultation was undertaken on the waterfront concept design during early 2017, with positive feedback and some valuable ideas that have been incorporated into the detailed design. Following an expression of interest process, Council have locked in a contract with Fairbrother Proprietary Limited to purchase the necessary land and then develop and operate the hotel.
We're really pleased to have been involved in the successful delivery of Stage 1 of the Devonport Living City project. It has been a project that has provided confidence for the local community. It has provided the foundation that supports the plan to restructure the city, and in doing so it's provided a lot of confidence for the local community, and I think it makes Devonport investment ready. We have now lodged the hotel for a development permit, and everything going well, we're hopeful of getting a commencement in first quarter of 2019 with a completion towards the end of 2020. The hotel itself will consist of 137 hotel rooms. It will have its own restaurant, car parking, and will also include 12 private apartments being on the top 2 levels, that being level 4 and level 5, with fantastic views over the Mersey River.
The hotel will provide accommodation necessary to attract larger conferences and events to the city, adding value to the existing Stage 1 developments. Living City is changing Devonport, changing the heart and reviving the region. Stage 1 is just the beginning, and it is the catalyst of what is to come.
Council's been really happy with the way that Stage 1's gone. We've seen the creation of some great community assets and also starting to see a positive impact on business growth and confidence. Certainly Stage 1 is by no means the end, and in many ways it's just the beginning of Living City. Over the next couple of years we'll see the rollout of the waterfront park and hotel development, and these investments couldn't come at a better time. We look at other things around the region, such as the new spirits, the unprecedented investment in Cradle Mountain, world-class mountain bike trails. Living City will provide the base that allows the region to really capitalise on these game-changing initiatives.